To settle your tax debt for pennies on the dollar with an offer in compromise. We prepare your past due returns, even if you have no records, and represent you before the IRS and state in an audit. At the law offices of Robert Goldstein, the consultation is always free, and we have offices located throughout the Bay Area. To schedule your free consultation, call 1-888-TAX-EXIT. That's 888-TAXEXIT. 888-TAX-EXIT, and make us your last stop.
Guys, listen up. Do you sometimes feel like you're not at your best sexually? You owe it to yourself to restore your bedroom performance, and you can. The Phoenix is a revolutionary technology and the world's first at-home device helping men all across America hack their sexual health. Go to buythephoenix.com now and find your true sexual age by taking a free 2-minute urologist-designed quiz. See how your sexual health stacks up to other men your age. That's buythephoenix.com and click on Take the Quiz.
I'm Peter Bukowski, host of Locked On Sports Today, bringing you the latest news from around the sports world every morning. From the games that matter most to the biggest stories in sports. Start your morning going beyond the scoreboard and behind the scenes with local experts and insights only Locked On can provide. At least until tomorrow, stay locked on sports today. Locked On Sports Today covers the biggest stories from around the sports world without taking up all your free time. Find Locked On Sports Today free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.
Tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The Y is where Leah first learned to dribble. Now it's also where she'll learn how to divide fractions. This school year, many Ys across America are transforming some of their spaces for virtual learning. Contact your local Y to learn more. Forever learning. The Y, for a better us.
WESPN app. WMFS Memphis, celebrating a legacy of sports as the flagship home of the Memphis Grizzlies and Tigers talk. Always live on the Odyssey app and on smart speakers. Say play 92.9 ESPN. Now on SportsCenter all night.
Will the Chiefs or Eagles take home the Lombardi Trophy in Super Bowl 57?
I know how good the Eagles defense has been rushing the passer. I think the Chiefs will protect them just enough, run the ball just enough to keep them honest as far as that goes. That offensive line is very underrated in Kansas City.
The New Look Lakers take on the defending champs out in the Bay.
Clay pulls up left wing three. Good. Clay Thompson with a three-pointer.
Plus, Luka and Kyrie take the court together for the first time.
Irving up the left side, from left to right, through the lane, the hard way to the trailing Doncic for a straightaway three, and welcome back, Luka.
And a huge day on the hardwood for college basketball.
Vanderplas off to the left for Clark. He zips it to the corner. A three-point try. Good! Armani Wrangling!
This is SportsCenter all night.
Ouch! Don't hurt him!
SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. I'm Alex Sabari here with you. ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. The months, the weeks, and days now down to hours, minutes, and seconds. And has finally arrived, Super Bowl Sunday and the 57th edition of Pro Football's World Title Game just hours away from Arizona. Kansas City and Philadelphia having their final slumber before the biggest game of their season arrives in just a few hours. We will preview the game, hear from some of our experts. But while we await the end of the pro football season, Saturday gave us a ton to talk about, a few upsets in college basketball, plus a nice slate of NBA action, including the Lakers taking on the Golden State Warriors, two of the more disappointing teams in the West. The Warriors are the defending champions. The Lakers with superstars LeBron James and Anthony Davis, both outside the top 8 in the West entering Saturday. And it was a matchup devoid of star power. No Steph Curry still for the Dubs. LeBron James, fresh off breaking the NBA scoring record, inactive as the Dubs hosted the Lakers. Despite the biggest stars being out, we still had former NBA champions on the floor, including Draymond Green. Game tied at 65 in the third quarter. Green making some plays.
Poole cross court to Draymond. Draymond drives to the basket, throws one up off the glass and in. Draymond Green gets the hoop and the harm, gives the Warriors a 2-point lead. Draymond with 11, and he'll go to the free throw line.
He'd make the free throw. George Sedano on ESPN Radio. Dubs up 3 at that point. Lakers led by 6 after 3, but the Dubs chipped away. Big thanks to Jordan Poole for leading that charge.
Poole hands off to DiVincenzo, bringing it up the near sideline. To Poole. Poole from way downtown. Poole swishes that one home. Jordan Poole is feeling it now. Third three-pointer, 20 points for him.
20 points indeed for Poole. That 3 pulled the game even in the early moments of the fourth quarter at 87 apiece. With just over 7 minutes to go, the Lakers down by 2, and then AD, who didn't have his best night, throws one down.
7:05 to go in the game. Schroeder shaking and baking, throws one up for Anthony Davis, who puts it down. 93 all between the Lakers and Warriors. Davis with 13.
Just 13. He was just 5 of 19 for the game, and that was his final bucket of the game. That dunk, though, made it when it counted. It tied the game at 93, and then Jordan Poole answered right back.
Poole gets it now, going the other way. Poole drives, gets the bump and the shot, and the Lakers can't believe it because they feel like Davis should have gotten it on the other end. The Warriors take a 2-point lead, and Jordan Poole with 28, he's going to the free throw line.
Going to the free throw line to make it. Dubs back up by 3, 96-93, but the Lakers would not be denied. It would be the newest Lakers getting things done. Lakers down by 1. D'Angelo Russell back in the purple and gold gets the Lakers in front.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Schroeder to inbound baseline, gets it to Russell in the corner here on the near side. Russell gets to the left elbow. Fadeaway jumper is good. Beautiful shot there by D'Angelo Russell. 12 points for him. 1-point lead for the Warriors, under 6 to go.
Then, with the game tied at 98, another new Laker, Rui Hachimura, shows off his stroke from the outside.
Schroeder on the right wing, guarded by Jerome. Now to Russell, guarded by Thompson. Russell gets in the paint, bounce pass to Davis, throws one up, contact there, no call. Russell gets it back, right wing 3 for Hachimura, buries it. The Lakers take a 3-point lead, 101-98. Hachimura with 14 points.
And the Lakers would go on to win it 109-103, the final score. Hachimura in the game, coming up with 16 points and 7 rebounds. Add 13 points for Anthony Davis, like we told you. D'Angelo Russell with 15 points and 6 assists in the game. Let's hear from D'Angelo Russell. He joined George Sedano and Kalina Azubuike after the game.
Your first game with the Lakers, back with the Lakers. Yeah. How did it feel?
Oh, it felt weird as it can get, man. It was weird. But it was cool, man. We got a good little group of guys, man. It's fun, man. They accepted me with open arms, so trying to get this thing rolling.
So you're so good playing out of pick and roll, and good thing for you, the Lakers love playing pick and roll. So what did you see tonight when you're attacking offensively, the assists, the points out of pick and roll? You played so well there.
Honestly, just trying to figure it out, man. I mean, that was me basically just showing up for open gym, basically. Just trying to figure it out and see how I can fit in with this group of guys and still be me at the same time. So it was fun. We got to win, and it worked. So this is cool.
D'Angelo Russell with us here in the postgame as the Lakers get a victory over the Warriors, 109-103. D'Angelo, what is the last, 3 or 4 days been like for you?
Oh, hectic, super hectic. Trying to make it normal. It's not normal, just getting shipped around and moving like that. So trying to just get my feet situated. That's the NBA though for you. So for me, just accepting what it is and moving on.
Now talk about the physicality of this game. They let a lot of contact go. What were you guys kind of telling each other when Anthony Davis didn't get the calls he wants, but you guys kept going inside?
It was playoff intensity in here. Just the atmosphere. Every time you come here, the Warriors and their fans play a major part in their success as well. So when you come here, it's going to be a tough environment. The arena's going to be jumping for us to just stay composed and handle that and figure out to scrape out a win when they're letting us play hard and when the bodies are flying and things like that. You still got to get it out the mud. That's what we did.
Not only is your return to the Lakers a homecoming, D'Angelo, but obviously you played for the Warriors as well. I'm sure you got a lot of people here you wanted to say hello to and reconnect with. What was that experience like?
It's good. I got a few guys around here that I messed with when I had my little short time here. So But it was competitive today. We had an early game, so it wasn't really time for that. Had to get after it. Simple as that.
And how much are you looking forward to playing with LeBron James? Obviously, he's not in right now, but playing with LeBron and guys like Dennis Schroeder in the backcourt.
Oh man, you got to get in where you fit in. You got some head honchos right there. And Dennis dominates that ball. He makes it happen. LeBron dominates it, makes it happen. AD needs it. He's gonna make it happen. So for me, I got to find out a way to get it in where I can, and try to get it off the rebound or something, push it, make something happen.
Well, you definitely did that. 15 points, 6 assists, 5 boards. D'Angelo, congratulations on the win, and thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Woj reporting the Brooklyn Nets are trading Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks.
They still hope they can win, but the reality is you can't replace Kyrie Irving. The Mavs have put themselves in a position to be the front runner in the Western Conference. The drama has become too overwhelming.
So the Nets broke up the band. Kevin Durant headed to the Suns, but the breakup all began early in the week last week when Kyrie Irving was sent to the Dallas Mavericks. Mavs have had Irving for 2 games already, but have been without Luka Doncic for a stretch. He's been dealing with a foot injury. He did speak on Friday on what it would be like to play with Kyrie.
He's a great guy, Obviously, you can see it. First game, you can see how amazing of a player he is. The NBA champion, probably the best ball handler ever in the game. Amazing player, and it's going to be fun to play with him.
That was last night. That was before the Mavs took on the Kings. Mavs won last night, 122-114, behind 25 points and 10 assists from Kyrie Irving. Tonight, Doncic was in the lineup, but it didn't take him long to get involved against the Kings.
Irving up the left side, from left to right, through the lane to Hardaway to the trailing Doncic for a straightaway 3, and welcome back, Luka.
That was early. It made it a 5-2 game in the first, 97.1, the Eagle with the call. We now go to the end of regulation. Sacramento trailing by 2, and looks who comes up big in the clutch.
Fox will let the ball roll, picks it up just short of the midcourt line. Dodges the dribble ahead, feeds Sabonis. Back to the basket, right elbow. Dribble handoff goes to Herter. Takes the 3 in the right wing, being crowded by Bullock. Hands it back to Fox. Goes left, goes right, in the lane. He's fouled, but there's no call. Missed the shot. Sabonis with a putback, scores and ties it at 114 apiece.
Domantas Sabonis making the bucket there, tying the game at 114. KHTK with the call that sent the game into overtime, and that's when the Kings took control.
Lyles has it to Davis. Back to Lyles in the post. Up fake. 2 defenders there. Has to avoid dragging the foot. Finds Barnes. Steps into a 3. Misses it. Offensive rebound. Herter. Up fake to the rim. He's got the bucket on the putback.
Kings beat the Mavs in overtime, 133-128. De'Aaron Fox led the way for Sacramento with 36 points. 27 points and 9 rebounds for Doncic in his return to the lineup. Add another 28, 7 boards, 7 assists from Kyrie. But the debut of the dynamic duo for the Mavs goes to the Kings, 133-128 in overtime. As for Kyrie Irving's former team, the Brooklyn Nets, they were in action hosting Philadelphia, have won 7 of 10, and coming off a win on the other side of the bridge to the New York Knicks. Pick up the action in the second half. Mikal Bridges shouldering the scoring load now for the Nets after losing their top 2 stars.
Mikal Bridges, 21 at his Nets debut. Falling away. And hits.
Well, they needed Bridges to come up with big. Yes, Network on the call. Brooklyn up double digits on the Sixers, but the Sixers would rally as the Nets went cold down the stretch, and the duo of James Harden and Joel Embiid kept working for the Sixers to close the gap. Fourth quarter, Sixers down 3 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Harden with the ball up top. Joel, top of the key. Back to Harden to the corner. Maxey attacking into the lane. Cut off by Bridges. Circles back out top to Harden. 4 minutes to go. Sixers on the move with Embiid. Hanging, firing. Hits up and good.
Joel Embiid coming up with a bucket there, and we'd hear more from Embiid.
Embiid has the ball. Goes to James. 1:40 to go. Niang, ball fake. Steps beyond the arc. Bridges, he's got Harden into Embiid. He backs. He turns on Claxton. Shot up and good. Embiid with a deep post up. Turns middle. Shoots it with the right hand over Claxton and in. O'Neal looking. Goes into Dinwiddie from half court for 3 and a tie. It's up and good. He made it. Spencer Dinwiddie ties it. The Sixers looked at him. Dinwiddie makes a 3 to tie it at 101. Embiid and Melton were there, and Dinwiddie with a shot. They call it a 32-footer overtime, and a party has broken out in Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie, they're reviewing it. And, I don't think he got it off. Hold everything. The ball looks to be in his hands. We got to check it.
They did check it, and that would be the end of the game, 101-98. The final Sixers overcome the double-digit deficit. They get 37 points and 13 rebounds from Joel Embiid. He's done that 112 times in his Sixers career. That now passes Wilt Chamberlain for the second most 30.10 rebound games in Sixers history. As for the Nets, meltdown down the stretch. The shot just 1 of 7 from the field in the final moments, outscored 8-2 in clutch time. They're now 0-3 against Philly this season. Nets coach Jacques Vaughn on their missed chances.
I thought it was good. I got a chance to quickly watch it. So you take a look at the last 2 plays. Great look by execution by our guys. We got Mikal a look at the rim that didn't go. Nick almost had a tip for that. And then we executed at the end. The shot was for Spencer. He had to reach a little bit to kind of get it in his wheelhouse. And that cost us a 0.2 second or so. So good call by the ref, but great execution by our guys at the end of the game.
Jalen Hurts, he's the CEO of this team on and off the football field. Hurts keeps fighting for the end zone. What a run!
He really wants to be great. I can say, like, he hears the doubters. He's driven from, like, within. His mindset is on another level.
Hurts throwing right sideline. A.J. Brown's got it.
His message to the team right before this team took off for Arizona and was very simple. Keep the main thing, and you can hear it reverberate all over this building.
Super Bowl 57 just hours away in Arizona. The Eagles back in the game for the first time since 2017 when they beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. But that was a different head coach, a different quarterback. Jalen Hurts now in his 3rd season with the Eagles, taking them to the big game. Patrick Mahomes has been here before. Jalen Hurts has not. ESPN NFL reporter Sal Palantonio said on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on Friday that Hurts may need this win more than Mahomes does.
I'm going to say Jalen Hurts needs it more because he gets benched in Alabama and, doesn't get to lead his team to the championship the way he wanted to. He did not win the Heisman when there was a lot of people who thought he should have or could have. Mahomes has already won it. I'm going to say Jalen Hurts.
As for how Hurts will attack the Kansas City defense, ESPN NFL analyst Louis Riddick gave his thoughts on SportsCenter.
We want to see how Jalen responds when inevitably Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator of Kansas City, tries to turn this into a drop-back game and make Jalen Hurts live in that kind of environment for the duration of this football game. So that means 1st and 2nd down, make sure you try to shut down this run. Do whatever you have to do to take away that part of this offensive attack and make him beat you and try and make him beat you in the pocket, which means very, very disciplined blitzes that are designed to make sure that they keep the side rails on their rush lanes and don't let him get outside the pocket. Change up the looks post-snap, make sure you have really good coordinated disguises, and make him prove that he can go ahead and withstand the pressure of having to win this football game with his arm in duel with their guy that they have on their offense, number 15.
Chiefs and Eagles kicking off at 6:30 Eastern in Super Bowl 57. Coming up, big day in college basketball, a ton of upsets. We'll get to some of the bigger matchups coming up next. It's SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app.
Coming up Monday, I'll give you my biggest takeaways from Super Bowl 57. Don't miss that at 7:15 a.m. Eastern on Monday morning. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Monday morning on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU.
This is SportsCenter All Night.
Anyone who has ever needed self-storage knows what a hassle it can be. You have to rent or borrow a truck and then find someone to help you move your stuff. And let's face it, moving furniture and heavy items without damaging them isn't easy. Renting the unit is worse. The hidden fees and admin costs are scarier than the dingy facilities you're leaving your stuff in. Why not use ClosetBox instead? ClosetBox is self-storage without leaving home. They'll pick up your belongings, store them securely, and bring any item back when you need it. The best part? Unlike traditional self-storage, you only pay for what you store. No paying for unused storage space. ClosetBox's background check storage movers are licensed, bonded, and insured and will take care of all of the heavy lifting. ClosetBox's local storage centers are temperature controlled and monitored 24/7. ClosetBox has an A+ rating from the BBB. Call 877-233-5696 now for the season's best rates. Get $50 off first month storage using code RADIO50. That's 877-233-5696. 877-233-5696.
The simplest healthy habit to start this new year is one for your dog. Every day, more dog people and more vets are quitting the kibble, kicking the cans, and feeding their dogs dog food that's actually, well, food. The Farmer's Dog Food is developed with vets, made fresh from real meat and veggies, portioned for your dog and delivered right to your door. Get 50% off your first box of smarter, healthier pet food at thefarmersdog.com/fresh start. That's thefarmersdog.com/fresh start.
The other day, I bought a cockatoo. Hello! He's a handful, but I'll manage, just like I manage without home internet. Sure, my mobile hotspot is slow and makes streaming shows unbearable, but I'm making do. Oh no, who's this?
It's mating season, Dad!
No home internet? It's not that bad!
Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Offer ends 2/21/23.
The following is an attorney advertisement. If you get sidelined by a workplace injury, the workers' compensation attorneys at Boxer & Gerson can help get you back in the game. Our team of skilled attorneys will fight by your side for the treatment and compensation you deserve. We care about justice for injured workers. That's what makes us Northern California's premier workers' comp law firm. Call Boxer & Gerson at 510-345-2341 or visit boxerlaw.com for a free consultation. Boxer & Gerson, your life is worth the fight.
A healthy life starts with great sleep. Wake refreshed with Avocado's GOTS certified organic green mattress, delivering breathable, back-loving support, natural materials from Avocado's own sustainable wool and latex farms, easy financing, a 1-year sleep trial, and deep, restorative slumbers. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
The grand opening celebration of the new Circle K on Lombard Road at American Canyon is going on now, and Circle K days are happening every day to celebrate. With special fuel price drops for a limited time, $5 Pizza Fridays and 12-pack imports are just $18.99. And sign up for the Sip and Save. 1 drink a day, every day, for 30 days for just $5.99 a month. So come all month long to the new Circle K on Lombard Road in American Canyon.
Are you interested in new career opportunities in the Bay Area and want to make a difference in your community? The San Francisco Sheriff's Office is looking for people considering a job in law enforcement right now. If you're at least 20 years or older with a high school diploma or equivalent, the San Francisco Sheriff's Office wants to hear from you. Enjoy full benefits, flexible schedules, and opportunities for growth and promotion. For employment announcements and more information, visit sfsheriff.com. That's sfsheriff.com to apply today.
Somebody needs to block and tackle and host a radio show. From the University of Memphis to your speakers, it's Gabe Kuhn. Weekdays from 4 till 7 p.m. live on 92.9 FM ESPN. This is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
And also on Sirius XM Channel 80, SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app. Alex Sabari here with you. ESPN Radio presented by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $700 on average. Busy day on the college hardwood on Saturday, the eve of Super Bowl 57. We're officially 4 weeks away, though, from Selection Sunday, and we will start with a game you heard here on ESPN Radio. Duke taking on 8th-ranked Virginia. Duke coming in off a 22-point loss to Miami, taking on Virginia, who's been dominant, 11-1 at home this season. Duke entering the day just 8-5 in ACC play. We'll pick up the action late in the first half. Duke up by 4. Virginia wanted to make a statement before the break.
10 seconds to play as Beekman goes across midcourt right to left. He takes a screen from Caffaro right, kicks left for Clark, a shot fake. He dribbles into the lane, passes right, and Beekman jams it as time expires on the first half. And it's a 2-point game headed to the locker room, 27-25 Duke.
That jam from Beekman made it a 2-point game. Blue Devils only up by 2 at the break. We go to a second half now, game tied at 37. Armand Franklin, one of the Cavaliers, shooting the ball well from the outside.
Franklin off the inbound, a 3 is good for Armand Franklin. A team high 13 for Virginia, and they're up 40-37.
3-point lead for the Cavs. Then later in the half, Cavs up by 1, and Ben Vanderplas gets involved for UVA.
And Clark left his feet in the lane, passed it out from McNeely. He didn't really have a destination for that. Feed to the lane, Vanderplas the bucket, and one. On the feed from Beekman at the top of the key, Vanderplas lockdown defense at one end and fighting through a foul to score at the other. UVA 54, Duke 51.
We move to the final minute of regulation. Duke down by 3. Jacob Grandison pulls the Devils even.
Many in the crowd rising to their feet. Grandison gives it in. Roach lets it roll to save some time, picks it up, and crosses midcourt right to left. He speeds left, down the lane, fading away, pass to Proctor, corner, Grandison, a 3 is good, and the game is tied, 58 all.
So tied at 58 going into overtime. Duke losers of their last 4 overtime contests, and Franklin gets it done again for the Cavs.
Vanderplas off to the left for Clark. He zips it to the corner, a 3-point try, good! Franklin, 22 points, and what may be a dagger as Virginia's up 66-62 with 35 seconds to go.
Cavs hang on in overtime, 69-62. Franklin with 23 points in the win. Blue Devils turned it over 22 times. Virginia's defense still dominant. Their 39 straight home game holding an ACC opponent under 70 points. Now, there was some controversy. The ACC released a statement late on Saturday that they should have resulted in 2 free throws for Duke at the end of regulation. Ryan Dunn fouled Duke's Kyle Filipowski as time expired, but the officials ruled the foul occurred after the buzzer. But it was an incorrect interpretation of the rule, which states when the ball is still in flight, even though the foul occurred after the expiration of the clock, the player in question should receive 2 free throws. So, some controversy at the end of that game. Meanwhile, in Big Ten action, Indiana taking on Michigan. 18th-ranked Hoosiers in Ann Arbor. Wolverines have won 9 of their last 10 against the Hoosiers, but this time they'd have to deal with Trace Jackson Davis, who's on pace to be just the 4th player since 1997 to average 20 points and 10 rebounds in Big Ten play. Second half, Michigan up by 1, then Jackson Davis goes to work.
Tamar Bates into the corner, comes to Malik Renew. Renew on the baseline, throws it back outside to Tamar. Tamar holds on, throws it to Trace Jackson Davis on a give and go, and he lays it in. Then Indiana's got the lead. 26 points now for Jackson Davis.
Wolverines trying to hang on, leading by 1 with just under 4 to play. Then Jackson Davis puts the Hoosiers up again.
Hands it off to Trey Galloway near midcourt. He dribbles to the left and comes back to the right side, pulls up, throws it off to Hood Shafino. He lobs it in to Trace down low, and he slams it home. Jackson Davis with a well-timed alley-oop play gets his 28th point of the game.
That dunk came with 3:46 to play. It was the final field goal for either team. 2 free throws from Jalen Hood. Shafano gave Indiana the lead for good. So Indiana comes up with a 62-61 victory over Michigan in Ann Arbor. Still more to come. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app. We'll have our half-hour headlines as we get you ready for Super Bowl 57. This is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's Greeny from the desert, and we are counting it down. Super Bowl 57, the Chiefs and the Eagles, and this will be the place to talk it all over on Monday morning. Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
If he could afford something like that, he'd wear it, even if it looks like a quilt. Even if like a stylist put that together. Do you understand that? That's what Trish is telling me.
I think the stylist should apologize to Shannon.
The J&J Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. 92.9 FM ESPN, keeping it real in Memphis. Memphis' sports station. Enter to win free tickets to Memphis Hustle basketball games now at 929ESPN.com. Click on games and events. 92.9 FM ESPN.
650 acquisition. The grand opening celebration of the new Circle K on Lombard Road in American Canyon is going on now, and Circle K days are happening every day to celebrate, with special fuel price drops for a limited time. $5 Pizza Fridays and 12-pack imports are just $18.99. And sign up for the Sip and Save. One drink a day, every day, for 30 days for just $5.99 a month. So come all month long to the new Circle K on Lombard Road in American Canyon.
The simplest healthy habit to start this new year is one for your dog. Every day, more dog people and more vets are quitting the kibble, kicking the cans, and feeding their dogs dog food that's actually, well, food. The Farmer's Dog Food is developed with vets, made fresh from real meat and veggies, portioned for your dog and delivered right to your door. Get 50% off your first box of smarter, healthier pet food at thefarmersdog.com/fresh start. That's thefarmersdog.com/fresh start.
No H2O is the leading waterless mobile auto detailer in the Bay Area, offering a full range of detailing services. No H2O comes to your home, business, or wherever is most convenient for you and gives your car a great wash with no water. No H2O auto detailing is ultra convenient and gets great scratch-free results for your car. And remember, no water is used. Call Brian today at 925-238-8182, 925-238-8182, or visit them at noh2owalnutcreek.com.
The other day, I bought a cockatoo. Hello! He's a handful, but I'll manage, just like I manage without home internet. Sure, my mobile hotspot is slow and makes streaming shows unbearable, but I'm making do. Oh no, who's this?
It's mating season, Dad!
No home internet? It's not that bad!
Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Offer ends 2/21/23.
A healthy life starts with great sleep. Wake refreshed with Avocado's GOTS certified organic green mattress, delivering breathable, back-loving support. Natural materials from Avocado's own sustainable wool and latex farms, easy financing, a 1-year sleep trial, and deep, restorative slumbers. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
The following is an attorney advertisement. If you get sidelined by a workplace injury, the workers' compensation attorneys at Boxer and Gerson can help get you back in the game. Our team of skilled attorneys will fight by your side for the treatment and compensation you deserve. We care about justice for injured workers. That's what makes us Northern California's premier workers' comp law firm. Call Boxer and Gerson at 510-345-2341 or visit boxerlaw.com for a free consultation. Boxer and Gerson, your life is worth the fight.
On ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance.
Headlines on Sports Center all night.
Well, the trade deadline has come and gone in the NBA, and Russell Westbrook, for the moment, is gone from L.A. and is on the roster for the Utah Jazz. Senior NBA insider for ESPN, Adrian Wojnarowski, is reporting that Westbrook is taking his time heading into the All-Star break to decide on his future, whether that
This has been ESPN Daily. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
ESPN Podcasts. Something for everyone. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
The biggest names, the biggest games. They're all right here. This is 1050 ESPN, New York. This is Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance.
Headlines on Sports Center all night.
Well, the trade deadline has come and gone in the NBA, and Russell Westbrook, for the moment, is gone from L.A. and is on the roster for the Utah Jazz. Senior NBA insider for ESPN, Adrian Wojnarowski, is reporting that Westbrook is taking his time heading into the All-Star break to decide on his future, whether that means staying with the Jazz and playing, even if the Jazz won't assure him a role or minutes. He could continue collecting the remainder of his $47 million contract by remaining at home, or even negotiate a buyout of his deal and sign with the team for the remainder of the season. He needs to do so before March 1st if he wants to play in the postseason. Now, we did have an agreement on a buyout late Saturday. Adrian Wojnarowski also reporting that veteran guard Reggie Jackson agreed to a contract buyout with the Charlotte Hornets after being traded to the Clippers by the Clippers on Thursday. Jackson is expected to sign with the Denver Nuggets once the buyout is complete. Speaking of trades, the Golden State Warriors still have a decision to make by 9:30 Eastern on Sunday, whether to accept a 14 trade with the Blazers, Hawks, and Pistons after Gary Payton II failed his physical. The trade cannot be amended, only accepted or canceled. The injury to Payton's abdomen is expected to keep him out for a significant portion of the remainder of the season.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Schroeder to inbound baseline, gets it to Russell in the corner here on the near side. Russell gets to the left elbow. Fadeaway jumper is good. Beautiful shot there by D'Angelo Russell. 12 points for him. 1 point lead for the Warriors, under 6 to go. Schroeder on the right wing, guarded by Jerome. Now to Russell, guarded by Thompson. Russell gets in the paint, bounce pass to Davis. Throws one up, contact there, no call. Russell gets it back. Right wing three for Hachimura. Buries it. The Lakers take a 3-point lead. 101-98. Hachimura with 14 points.
No LeBron James in the lineup. Anthony Davis with a terrible shooting night, but the Lakers get the big win on the road, 109-103 in San Francisco against the Warriors, thanks to their newcomers. You heard them. D'Angelo Russell with 15 points and 6 assists in his return to the Lakers, and Rui Hachimura with 16 points and 7 rebounds. Lakers head coach Darvin Ham on how this new group came together to pick up the victory on the road.
Our guys' communication. They were out there talking to each other, talking to new guys through, some of the actions. And at the end of the day, the key is to put the ball in the hands of your best players. And we were able to do that, play through A little bit. Dennis, D'Angelo, all those guys, Rui, had big moments. But us communicating to them and them communicating amongst themselves, I think it allowed for us to, have a rhythm and some consistency.
ESPN Radio was there tonight. We've got our post-game extra.
Thanks, guys. Kalina, the Lakers come in here and beat the Warriors at home. A tough task for sure. What did you like most about what you saw?
The Lakers have found a recipe that works without LeBron James. It's Dennis Schroeder controlling things out of pick and roll. It's going inside and being creative, figuring out ways to get inside. You saw Vanderbilt getting out inside in the third quarter there. And then defensively just being solid down the stretch. They got the personnel. They shouldn't be a bad defensive team, and they showed it tonight.
And for the Warriors, no Steph Curry, obviously, on their side. Won't be reevaluated until after the All-Star break. What do they got to do to stay afloat?
They got to figure out this shot selection thing down the stretch, the execution. They just couldn't find any good looks there at all. The offense didn't create anything. And they have guys that can get penetration. They have guys that have that quickness. Jordan Poole can get into the paint at will. So when they're not able to find anything easy, their offense doesn't create anything. They go split action. That doesn't work. They're not making mistakes. Sometimes you just got to beat your guy off the dribble, and the Warriors can do that. I don't think they do that enough. They need to do that more down the stretch so they can pull out some more of these close games.
It's a wrap here in San Francisco. The Lakers defeat the Warriors 109-103. For Kalina Azubuike, I'm George Sedano, right here on your home for the NBA All-Star Weekend, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Now, let's send it back in the studio.
Appreciate it, George. Now in the Garden tonight, Knicks looking to rebound from a loss to the Sixers as they took on the Jazz, and Jalen Brunson took advantage of the fact that he didn't have to face Mike Conley.
Clarkson with 24. Brunson up top, fires and hits. It's a 3 for Brunson. It's got 35. Knicks 112 and Utah 109.
Whoa, the clutch gene is coming out. Here we go, Jalen Brunson time.
3 of Brunson's 38 points on the night. He added 5 rebounds and 5 assists, added another 31 from Julius Randle, who picked up his 17th 30-point game of the season. The Knicks beat the Jazz 126-120. It's the first time since 1987 when a pair of Knicks teammates had 30 or more in consecutive games. That's when Patrick Ewing and Gerald Wilkins did it. Lauri Markkanen had 29 points for the Jazz in the losing effort, his 40th game with more than 20 for Utah. Jazz losers of 4 of their last 5. They fall to 11th in the West. Meanwhile, the Nuggets taking on the Hornets, and what a night it was for Nikola Jokic.
Jump past the corner to Hayward. Hayward goes baseline, runs over Ish Smith. Jump shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Nikola Jokic. Cross-court pass over to Chunchar. Back over to Nikola. Nikola gets down the lane. Euro step, layup, good. Oh, man, he's having a game right now. That's 30 for him.
2 of the Joker's 30 points. He picked up his league-leading 20th triple-double by adding 16 rebounds and 10 assists. It's his 19th 30-point triple-double of his career. Nuggets beat the Hornets 119-105. It snaps a 4-game road losing streak for Denver. We had a lot of tight ones, though, in college basketball as we switch gears, including some upsets. 4th-ranked Arizona hosting Stanford. We'll get to that one in a bit. We'll start in the Big 12, though. Baylor taking on TCU was the 14th-ranked Bears taking on 17th-ranked TCU. The Frogs won the first matchup up by 1 on January 4th after trailing Baylor by as many as 17. So the Bears looking to get one back in Fort Worth. Bears have a Division I best 28-14 record against AP opponents over the last 5 seasons. TCU led by 3 at the break, so we pick up the action in the second half, and the Frogs building some separation.
Baseline right, Wells, Lawler's on him, backs it back down with 10 on the shot clock. Now he'll take him on the dribble drive. 2 big guys show up. That's nice. Finds Cork, who was wide open with a guard on his hip. Xavier scores it and is fouled here by Flagler. Xavier Cork a chance for a 3-point play now.
Brian Estridge from Learfield on TCU Radio with the call. That Cork bucket made it a 9-point lead for the Hawks, but the Bears began to chip away after that, and they leaned on Adam Flagler's shooting to do it.
Here is Jalen Bridges dribbling top of the key. Give to Flagler. Flagler will launch a 3. It's good. A 3 by Adam Flagler. And the Bears tie the game at 58.
John Morris on Learfield for Baylor Radio. That tied the game at 58. Flagler would hit a 3 on the next possession to give the Bears the lead. It was tight down the stretch, but Baylor pulled out the win 72-68 over the Frogs. Flagler had a season-high 28 points, including 5 threes to lead the Bears. And more from TCU. They've lost 3 in a row now. They're now 4-7 in their last 11 games after starting the season 13-1. Now, elsewhere in the Big 12, Texas ranked 5th, hosting West Virginia. The Horns looking for their 20th win in 25 tries, would be their best start since 2014, and they were in control early, getting it done on defense and in transition.
Stevenson for the Mountaineers. His pass picked up by Carr. Marcus 2-on-1. Bounce pass to Allen, who scores off the glass. Timmy Allen for Marcus Carr. The Longhorns are back up 15 with 5 minutes to go in the half.
I made it 38-23. Craig Way on Learfield on Texas Radio. But with time winding down in the first, Sir-Jabari Rice with an exclamation point for the Horns.
Pass deflected. Deflected by Bishop, stolen by Carr. Outside, Rice drives, 2 seconds, 1. Slam dunk. What a way to end the first half on the run out. Bishop deflects it. Carr collects it. Rice on the run out with a dunk at the buzzer. And the Longhorns are up 21 going into the locker room at the half.
Rice had 24 points off the bench for the Horns. 5th-ranked Texas with a 94-60 victory over West Virginia. Upsets brewing in the top 25. Missouri taking on 6th-ranked Tennessee. Let's pick up the action at the very end of the game. Missouri trailing.
4.2 left. He's looking. Gets it into Golston, left sideline. Comes into the front court. Golston, a heave just inside of half court. Bang! At the buzzer. Golston's 2nd game winner of the season. First against Central Florida, and now against Tennessee.
So Missouri picks up the victory over Tennessee, the number 6 ranked team in the country, 86-85, the final score. But that's not it for upsets. Big Ten action. Illinois taking on 24th ranked Rutgers.
Shannon to the rim. Shot blocked. Put up and in on the follow. Danger with a follow. He has 15. Hawkins has 18 to lead Illinois. And the lead is 62-51 as the Illini crash the glass. 5 seconds left. 4. It's all academic. Outside Palmquist for 3. Missed it. Rebound. That's it. And a big Big Ten win for the Illini over Rutgers.
Tigers 69-60.
The number 24 ranked team, Rutgers, goes down to Illinois 69-60, the final score. But we mentioned fourth ranked Arizona. Let's get to the Pac-12. They were hosting Stanford, trying to avoid an upset of their own. In Pac-12 action, Wildcats had won 7 in a row entering the game. Arizona currently projected to be a 1 seed, according to Joe Lunardi. And Stanford just took care of business.
Krisa, top of the key, gets a screen from Tubelis, who's been oh so quiet. Steal by Ingram. Ingram 1-on-1 with Larson, laying up and got it. Ingram, no look to Angel. O'Connell, 3, got it.
Scott Reese from Learfield, some quick ones there for you. Stanford with a victory, 88-79, the highest ranked team the Cardinals have beaten since January 2007 when they beat third-ranked UCLA. And the Wildcats are the first team in the last 40 years to lose twice in a season as a top 5 team to opponents that were multiple games under 500. The upsets weren't done. Let's go to the Big East. St. John's taking on 20th ranked Providence.
The ball loose into the hands of Pasha Soriano. Two-hand dunk. What a delivery by Alexander, and the finish by Soriano.
That might be the pass of the year right there. His back completely to him. The instincts, eyes in the back of his head. Soriano the finish.
Here comes the inbounds pass, and that is it. A much-needed victory. St. John's comes away with the victory here at Madison Square Garden over the Providence Friars, and there's no question that this one will feel good tonight.
That's not the 6-game home losing streak to AP top 25 teams. Just the 5th win in Big East play for the Red Storm. Next up for the Friars, though, they'll host number 23 Creighton coming up on Tuesday night in a pivotal Big East matchup. Speaking of 23rd ranked Creighton, they took on 21st ranked UConn in a Big East showdown. UConn won their matchup earlier this season in Stores. UConn looking for win number 20 of the year. Creighton in the middle of a 7-game win streak. We'll pick up the action in the second half. Creighton hanging on to a 1-point lead, and then they find Ryan Kalkbrenner.
And Baylor back the other way, lobs it down the floor. Here comes Reed. Oh, what a play! Shireman to Nimhard. Lob to Big Ryan. Changed by Clay.
19 seconds left. Here's Newton. Gives to Caravan. Caravan back to Sanogo, top of the arc. Sanogo looks to his right. Gets it to Hawkins. Behind the screen of Sanogo. Back to Adama for 3. Nope. And a rebound. Let's see. It's Newton to Hawkins for 3. Good. 2.7 left. And they're going to review it. Yeah. Right now the game is tied if it's a 3. It was right in front of us. And honestly, I'm not sure if it was.
It was not. That 3 turned into a 2. That gave UConn a chance, but the Huskies would turn it over on their final possession. Creighton beats UConn 56-53. By the way, that was Mike Crispino from Learfield on the call there. Creighton, again, beats UConn 56-53. Jays have won now 8 in a row, longest active streak in the Big East. Jay now 6-1 all-time against UConn. We go to the Big 12 quickly. Texas Tech hosting 12th-ranked Kansas State. Red Raiders just 1 win in Big 12 play, but the Raiders taking care of their home floor. Pick up the action in the second half. Raiders up by 1.
Inbounds goes to O'Banner. Going to pass it over Davion Harmon to Jalen Tyson. Now Davion has it. Driving hard. Almost traveled. Goes up with a shot. Hit the front. No. Tipped it by Tyson at the rim. Davion Harmon on the double team. Just barely got it into the forecourt. The coaches were about to lose their minds on that. 47 on the game clock. Harmon driving, clearing, shooting. Got it! Oh, he got it!
That Harmon bucket made it 66-61 Texas Tech. They beat Kansas State 71-63 for just their second win in league play. Wildcats with a season-high 23 turnovers. Keontae Johnson with only 9 points for Kansas State. First time all season he failed to score in double figures for the Raiders. It's their second straight home win over a top 15 team after being Iowa State at the end of January. Still more to come on SportsCenter all night. A lot of great action around the hardwood, and of course, we've got to get you ready for Super Bowl 57 from Arizona. Top Sound is next. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coming up Monday, we'll recap everything from Super Bowl 57, the game, the commercials, and, of course, Rihanna's halftime show. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here
on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
More Sports Center all night. Next.
You can't miss a moment with Greeny.
If you're Aaron Rodgers, when you emerge from that dark room in which he is sitting and someone gets word to you, hey, you know, the Jets have the best offensive and defensive rookies in the sport and they can afford you. That's a pretty attractive little combination there. That is a great day to be a Jet fan yesterday.
Greeny, weekday mornings at 10 a.m. right here on 98.7 ESPN.
The college basketball season is heating up, which means it's time for the Wendy's Wooden Watch. You see, in 2002, I was honored to have received the John R. Wooden Player of the Year Award, which is presented to the country's most outstanding men's and women's player, who is also making progress towards earning a degree. This year, players like Drew Timme, Armando Bacot, Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark are vying for the trophy. So who will take it home? The 2023 John R. Wooden Men's and Women's Player of the Year is presented by Wendy's.
Wendy's 2 for $6 lets you mix and match some of our best items, like Dave Single with a 10-piece crispy nugs, medium strawberry lemonade with a spicy chicken sandwich, spicy chicken with a Dave Single with a strawberry lemonade, if you're into that. Chicken Sam, crispy nugs, strawberry lemonade, Dave's, nugs, Sam. Whew! Pick what you want at a price you want. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6. For a limited time, price participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's. On the card only. Single item at regular price.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Be an app.
Don't miss the #1 rated afternoon drive show in New York. It's the Michael K. Show. And it's every weekday at 2:55 on 98.7 ESPN. This is Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Alex Silvario here with you. Tune into NBA action today as the Celtics host the Grizzlies, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins at 1:30 Eastern on select ESPN radio stations. And while we're talking the hardwood, there was a lot of great action on Saturday, both college and pro. Let's hear some of the best sound of the night. Here's Steve Lennox.
Number 5.
Alex, will start with the NBA. Cavaliers home against the Bulls. Darius Garland helping the Cavs to a 6th straight win. Garland hitting from deep in the fourth quarter. The call from WTAM Radio in Cleveland.
Here's Garland with 6 on the shot clock. Garland against DeRozan. Garland steps left. Rain goes to 3. Good! Oh, my DG! From Port Clinton.
Number 4.
College hoops, Alex. Jaime Jaquez Jr. with the 3 in the second half. His 3 helping number 7 UCLA to a road victory against Oregon. Josh Lewin the call from Learfield.
Here's Jaquez, who has been taking things over now. After a 7-point game at Oregon State,
Already he's gotten 11 in this half. He fires a three. Got it again! Get out the hose! Cool him down!
No, don't cool him down. Let him go.
What a show by Jaime Jaquez Jr. He's up to 21.
Number 3. Nets home against the 76ers. Spencer Dinwiddie with an impressive throwdown in the fourth quarter. Here's the call from the Yes Network.
6 to shoot. Dinwiddie.
Breaks a big scoring drought and puts the Nets up by 3. Number 2. Missouri on the road against number 6 Tennessee. Mizzou down 2 in the closing seconds, and the Tigers had to go the length of the floor. Mike Kelly from Learfield had the call of DeAndre Golston's game-winning 3 at the buzzer.
4.2 left. He's looking. Gets it into Golston, left sideline. Comes into the front court. Golston a heave just inside of half court. Bang! Bang! At the buzzer. Golston's second game winner of the season. First against Central Florida, and now against Tennessee.
Number 1. And Alex, let's close with Big East basketball from Saturday. Number 23 Creighton at home, and Creighton coming away with the victory against number 21 UConn. The call 16-20, the zone, KOZN.
And Baylor back the other way, lobs it down the floor. Here comes Reese.
Oh, what a break! Shireman to Nimhard. Lob to Big Ryan. James by play.
Well, thanks a lot, Steve. Super Bowl Sunday is here, and our pros with the final word before we get to kickoff our playoff preview with the pros. Chris Carlin, Keyshawn Johnson, Chris Candy, and Harry Douglas with Super Bowl. Respect it or check it.
I will simply read a statement, and you will either respect it or you will check it. Key, we start with you. Trick plays will play a huge part of this game. Respect it or check it.
I respect it. I respect it all day long. I don't recall a Super Bowl when there wasn't a trick play. Typically, when you are successful in a Super Bowl on a trick play, you win. The teams that are not successful on a trick play, they typically lose. And the reason you run a trick play is because you feel that you can't beat the other team. But if all of a sudden that trick play hits, you win the game. Just think Philly. Just think second half onside kicks, Indianapolis Colts versus New Orleans Saints. Think the same Philly in the same play. Brady drops it in the same Super Bowl. Guess who lost that Super Bowl game? The New England Patriots.
Yeah, I'm going to respect it too. Key's absolutely right. Trick plays are always going to be a factor, but don't just focus on what happens on the offensive side of the ball. Focus on what happens in special teams too. Surprise onside kick, a fake punt, fake field goal, all those things are going to be factors, especially when you have two offensive-minded head coaches. So that will certainly play a role in what happens in the game on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to go with respect it. Anytime you have a team in a Super Bowl that play ring around the rosy during an actual football game, anything is on the table. We all know the Eagles' background and the Philly special or whatnot, but it's no telling what you're going to get from Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes in that offense, so I'm going to go respect it.
I'm going to respect it as well, and for that very reason, you don't know what's coming from the Chiefs on any given down, so you have to believe that something like that is coming. All right, next. The injury that will play the biggest role in the Super Bowl is not Patrick Mahomes' ankle, but Jalen Hurts' shoulder. Respect it or check it, Key?
Respect it, because if his injury is severe and it is still there and he's having problems cranking and throwing, if for some reason they get behind in this football game and have to match throw with Patrick Mahomes, their receiving core is better, in my opinion, than the Kansas City Chiefs secondary. So if you take that arm away from him, he's a different football player in this particular game.
Yeah, I'm going to check it. I think that Jalen Hurts showed that shoulder is fine on that fourth down throw on the first possession against the San Francisco 49ers. This is the last game of the season for both teams. I think both quarterbacks will put it on the line. I think we'll see Jalen Hurts continue to be aggressive, not just as a quarterback throwing the football, but also as a runner. I'm not as worried about the shoulder as I am about Patrick Mahomes' ankle, so I'm going to check that.
Super Bowl 57 is here. And that was our pros, Keyshawn Johnson, Chris Canty, Harry Douglas, and Chris Carlin. Coming up, big Super Bowl Eve night in the NBA. Dubs hosting the Lakers. Highlights and reaction. Next, this is SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app.
Coming up Monday, now that the NBA is done wheeling and dealing, I'll tell you which two teams are head and shoulders above the rest. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, E2, and ESPNU.
The top headlines are next on SportsCenter All Night.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
Hold on. So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code ESPN for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's code ESPN. Use code ESPN for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
The Michael K. Show is on.
Nick Friedel.
The Nets, even a few weeks ago, still thought they could make a legit run at a title. And now today, having moved Kevin Durant right after moving Kyrie Irving and realizing they are back at square one is almost hard to believe for any other team. In the end, once they moved Kyrie, that Kevin knew that this team was no longer good enough.
Don't miss the Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 3 on 98.7 ESPN.